Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Joffrey Noodle Legs here today with little Sullivan. Here he is. Oh, say hello Sullivan. Hello everybody. Yeah. Hello mate. Right, we're here today with another Noodle film review. Today we're looking at the Puppet Master, the 1989 film Puppet Master, the first one. So let's have a look at this edition. This edition here includes 3 movies, 1, 2 and 3 of the Puppet Master, and it's produced by the Full Moon Productions. So that's what this edition is. It's on DVD. So I'll give you a little synopsis of the film. The film starts off at the beginning like at this sort of like, it feels like an island somewhere, and it's like a really sort of massive posh sort of hotel, which is like looks like a castle, and then we meet sort of like the Puppet Master. So there's our Puppet Master. Now you might recognise the old chap. He starred in the Sean Connery film The Name of the Rose as one of the monks. So he's our Puppet Master, and then we cut to seeing a very small person running around. Okay, so that's obviously a puppet, and then we cut straight back to the Puppet Master sort of finishing off work on one of his puppets and talking to them.
Oh, so beautiful.
So there we are. Sorry about that. So there we are. We do see the Puppet Master appreciating his work, and then we cut back obviously to the puppet running, and in the car arriving, and then we see two men get out dressed as gangsters, and I'm sure their intentions isn't good. So these two guys are on their way up to see the Puppet Master. I don't think they're there to shake his hand, but anyway, they're on their way up to him, and you can still see the other puppet sort of running towards him. He's already known because some of the other puppets been looking out the window. Yeah, have sort of warned him these people are coming, so he tries to hide the puppets. So as you saw the puppet there that's been running back up to the Puppet Master's room to warn him. He already knows that that these guys are coming up to see him, so he tells him to relax, and he puts him with the other puppets.
I'm going to hide you. Stay safe.
Right, Right, so then he sort of like puts it with the other puppet, puts the puppets in the case, and then he hides it in that hole in the wall. Um, and now it gets to the point here where the two sort of gangsters arrive at the hotel room, and he was aware that they're out there, and it's not going to end well.
Here, Toulon.
So, as you can see, the puppet master has decided to take his own life. Then we cut now to the future. Now, that was obviously back in the past. So now we cut to sort of like the future at this kind of university. And we meet Alex, who's one of the psychics of the film. Because it's about a group of psychics. And he's sleep dreaming.
You can't save her, Alex.
So he's got an ability of dreaming and dreaming of things before they happen. So he's sort of imagining this sort of like this dream state. He sees like this girl dancing with this guy, and he pointing a gun at her head, and then he visualizes these leeches on his body, which is really weird. And then he wakes up. Then we cut to like a fair. And then we see another psychic who's going to be one of the other psychics that joins him in the story.
Do you see something, man?
Oh, yes. I see many great things for you.
Yeah?
You have a wonderful life ahead of you, young lady.
Yeah, so she's another psychic who's going to be joining Alex, the dream psychic, and she starts also seeing this sort of visions as she's doing like a reading. Okay, so then we meet two more sort of psychic doctors who are. We cut to New York and we see these two sort of psychics working on this girl. I think they got some sort of telepathy sort of psychic skill.
Ready, person?
Yes.
Okay. Now commencing real-time thought transmission experiment RT-638. Passive subject, Andrew Clark. Active subject, Carissa Stamford. All right, Andrea, I want you to recreate in your mind your wildest sexual fantasy, paying particular attention to the details, all right?
And then we get to sort of like a bit of the story. What it is, these psychics have heard about this puppet master that's got this ability to bring inanimate objects to life, and he was staying at this hotel. So they go to the hotel.
Well, I don't know who they think they are, just barging in here out of the blue.
They're probably the friends Neil said would come.
They don't look like friends to me. They look more like trouble. That's what they look like.
Teresa, don't be rude. Hello, I'm Megan Gallagher.
Somebody married you?
Hi, I'm Alex Whitaker. I'm Frank Forrester. This is Dana Hadley and Carissa Stamford.
Hello.
So they're all at the hotel to sort of like doing some investigations there because obviously they know that there's something there to do with the puppet master, but also the woman that lives there, her husband has died.
So now that you're here, we'll bury him tomorrow. You can stay.
Of course. No problem.
Well, I'll show you to your rooms and then we'll see about some dinner.
Excuse me, Mrs. Gallagher. Would you mind if we stayed behind a while to pay our respects?
No, not at all.
So they speaking to the woman that lives there, and they're a bit miffed by what's going on because they didn't even know that that Mark, who's the woman's husband, had died.
What the hell is going on around here? And how is it that we didn't pick up on the fact that he was dead?
I don't know. Somehow he was able to block the image when he set that signal to it.
What are you doing? Just making sure he is what he appears to be.
So a little bit further in, that then we're into the hotel, and they start to settle into their rooms. And there's something you pick up. There's something not right about this hotel. So there's some sort of evil sort of, not, I don't have a spell on the hotel, but something's not right. Anyway, they even the staff are a bit strange, and they start watching these sort of psychics.
Hello, sweetheart. I bet you're starving to death.
Oh. Got your mighty dog.
Okay, and so nothing strange there then of a woman bringing a stuffed dog with her, but she sensed that someone was listening, so she goes to see, and the woman is sort of like one of the maids of the hotel. Then we cut to Alex, who's in his room, and he's back in another dream state. So yeah, so Alex is sort of like imagining things that's going on with the girl that lives in the hotel, that the one whose husband or brother or whatever is not told if it's her partner or whatever has died, and he's sort of like visualizing a sort of dream state with her. Anyway, they seem to bond all right. They seem to get on okay. She's a bit distant with the other one because the psychic woman's a bit over the top, and the other two are a bit wishy-washy. They're more very sort of, those two are very sort of sexually orientated. A lot of their sort of like psychic powers. Anyway, Alex tries to explain to the girl what they're doing there.
Unusual psychic power. Your husband brought us together several years ago to try to help in his research. He and Frank began studying the ancient Egyptian methods of the occult, and they found evidence that the Egyptians had developed a secret method of giving life to inanimate figurines. Then these secrets were passed on to a select few who knew and practiced magic. Ada there makes her living telling fortunes. She used her powers to help your husband locate the last true alchemist of modern times, a famous puppet master in the 20s.
Well, what about Carissa?
Well, your husband brought her in because of her skills in psychometry.
Which means?
Well, I mean, she can reconstruct the emotional history of an object by touch or feel.
Like what?
She can sit in a car, tell you who owns it, or sit on a bed and tell you its entire history.
And while this is going on, we cut to the maid who's in like another room at the hotel, and she's sort of messing around with the fire, and she starts hearing noises around the piano. So she can hear some noises, but she doesn't see anything. So she returns back to the fire, and she hears more noises. Okay, so as you can see, she's taken a beating by a puppet, and so those puppets are still there. So it looks like to me, I think the premise of the story, it's not really explained, is that obviously the puppet master has brought these puppets to life. He's hid them inside the hotel wall, and like years later, the puppets are still about, and they're still like creating some sort of problems around the hotel. I think it's to do with some sort of like Egyptian sort of magic and spell that's around the hotel, and these psychics are there to try and pick up and find out what's going on. So, do they find out what's going on, or do they succumb to the puppets? What's this strange story with the owner and her husband? Does that get revealed? You need to watch it and find out, okay? Because that's the only synopsis I'm going to give you. I always give you like the first 20-25 minutes of a film and let you discover it itself. So what did I think of Puppet Master? I thought it was great film, really cool. It's quite it's different. It's a different horror film. It's a little bit of a slow burn, because there's a lot of character building going on with the psychics. It sort of kicks in straight away with the puppets, and then there's a big gap in the film where you've got a lot of character building, and then we're back to the puppets again. But yeah, there's some amazing puppets. My favourite is definitely Leech Woman. You see Leech Woman, she's cool. So yeah, she's my favourite puppet, and Pinhead's quite cool as well. So yeah, and there's all these different sort of puppets in there, and it's really cool, and they're quite. Are they evil? I'm not quite sure. That's for you to find out as well. And the story takes sort of like different turns and twists that you don't expect, and it's really cool, really good, really well made. Um, and I've seen it years ago on VHS, and can't remember it very much, to be honest. I'll say because that was years ago. I'm talking about early 90s. When I saw this, and so I've not seen it for a long time. So it was good to revisit it. Really cool. The pluses of the film, it's quite well acted, quite a good cast. I do like the cast. I did like the characters, and I like the puppets. They've got their characters of their own, which I really quite liked. There was a little bit of a sort of Small Soldiers feeling to it. If you've ever seen that sort of film, where there's the sort of like the sort of soldier puppets in that, it reminded me. Some of the puppets were like a mixed bag of characters from that, and I quite liked it because it was in a horror story. The pacing is quite good. It's shot really well, really cool. Negatives. The story is really quite jumbled up. It doesn't fall together till you get near to about the last sort of quarter of an hour. Then you're like, oh, okay, it sort of falls into place. So that can be a little confusing and a little off-putting if you've not got the patience to sit through. If it's not very long, it's about an hour and 24 minutes. if you haven't got the patience to sort of like, oh, what's going on? You know, it's too confusing for me. I mean, so a lot of people are like that with films. Myself, I like to see it through, and because I know I'll grab it in the end, and you do, and it's a really cool story. Yeah, that's the only real sort of negative of the film, really. The transfer's cool. It's on DVD, but obviously, if you've got a 4K TV and a 4K player, your 4K player will upscale your DVD to pretty much Blu-ray quality. So it looks like a sort of Blu-ray sort of feel. Didn't look DVD-ish. It looked quite cool. So I'm quite happy with it. How would I score this film? I would score this film a great watch and give it an 8 out of 10. Really, really good film. And I'm really, really looking forward to watching 2 and 3. It's a really cool film. It was really enjoyable. The characters are good, good pace. I just wish there'd have been more of the puppets on there. And some of the kills, there's a little another negative. A lot of the kills are done off screen. So you just see little bits like a hand with blood on it and things like that. And I think, come on, show us. You know, we're grown ups here. We can handle it. But that was the only sort of other sort of thing that I would say was a little bit of negative. And it's a bit strange that this doesn't have a certification on this, which is fine. But yeah, apart from that, the film was great, really good. 8 out of 10. Have any of you guys seen The Puppet Master? If you have, let me know down below and tell me what you thought of it. Have you seen 2 or 3? Did you enjoy them? There's loads of them. I don't know what they're up to. I think there's about 9 or 10 even of them. But I'm only starting at the beginning. And then if I've enjoyed those, I'll work my way up the others. Anyway, guys, before the next video, go and check out some other channels for me. Go and check out Horror Hands, The Horror Geek, Pizzlewell, Horror in Todge, Sarah of Horror, Manby Film, and Russell's RS Designs. I'll be grateful if you do. And a little shout out to my lad Lemon Lord. I hope you're doing well, mate. Anyway, guys, till next time, you look after yourselves, look after one another, and I really hope I see you all soon.